Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Girls and Gays Let's Talk. And today we're going to be talking about getting out of your comfort zone and hanging out with strangers despite your anxiety.
That sounds hard. I cannot do
Honestly, Loki is not even going to lie. But I definitely feel like playing D&D with my husband has definitely helped with talking to strangers. Yeah, because with D&D... like I brought people on like fake characters that were originally NPC, non-playable characters. And then I turned them into playable characters. I'm like, you know what? I could use this in my everyday life.
Yeah, you make up random people so you feel more comfortable when it comes to actually happening.
Yeah. So I was recently in Dallas for work. I'm not going to say when because I don't want to give away my job and what I do.
Oh, was it like a big event?
Yeah, it was a big event. And so we got a hotel, the company got us hotels, and then we were at a different area that we were going to be doing like our all day work. And so I was like, you know what? I even told my husband before I left, I was like, I'm not going out to eat at any restaurants. I'm not leaving these two areas.
That's not
unless
fun.
It's Dallas.
True, you hate Dallas.
Yes. So, so the morning of, I end up going to this other location, and somebody had left a phone somewhere, and I was told to go get it. And I was like, okay. So one of my coworkers was like, here's my car keys, go ahead and take it. And I was like, oh my God, like this is like day 2 and I'm already having to go out. And
yeah.
So I go, I'm parked at a Whataburger, and she's like, just stay put. They're going to meet you there to give you the phone. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, man, I really got to pee. I didn't have time to stop to go to the bathroom. I didn't even have time to grab my wallet or anything like that. I just took off. So then I get down at the Whataburger, and then as I'm walking out, there is this guy who, he appears to be homeless, and I'm walking out. He's like, ma'am, do you have $1? I was like, no, I'm so sorry, sir. I was like, I don't even have my wallet with me. He's like, fuck you. And I'm like, fuck me? What did I do? I just don't have my wallet. So like, I'm getting in the car. I was like, you have a great day, sir. And he's like, fuck you, you fucking bitch. And I'm like, all because I didn't have $1. And then I texted, I don't even remember who I texted. I was just like, my very first time leaving the premises of these two areas, and all of a sudden I'm getting cussed out. Like, another reason why I hate Dallas. So then at this location that we're working, the people who like manage the building and everything, they're there with us. And there's this one girl who works there. I'm like, she kind of looks like she listens to the same kind of music I like. I feel like I can vibe with her, And so I just started, casually making conversation with her. And I'm like, you know what? This girl's kind of cool. Like,
yeah,
I kind of want to be her friend, And so the next day goes by, and I'm like, all right, like, cool. I was like, I should ask her to dinner, like, just to like see if we could be friends, I was like, but anytime it comes to me asking anybody out, like, I never want them to take it the wrong way or anything like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's very lesbian. Next, you're going to get a U-Haul and move it together.
I was like, telling myself, like, you're going to see if she wants to grab dinner, and then it was like, before I even asked her to dinner, it slipped out in conversation that, she was married to a woman. And I'm like, fuck, now I need to figure out how I'm going to ask her without her thinking I'm asking her out. I was like, oh, it won't be hard. I'm not going to overthink it. I should have overthought it. George.
It came out the wrong way.
So it's getting close to the end of the day. I was like, it's now or never. Like, and I was like, hey, what are you doing for dinner? Like, what are you doing after this? She was like, I don't know. I was like, well, do you want to go grab dinner or something? Okay, hold on. Let me backtrack.
That does sound like you're gonna ask somebody out.
Hold on. Let me backtrack. Okay. So that same day, whenever I asked her out to dinner, before I asked her out to dinner, she gave me a folded up note. And I was like, okay, like, you know, I'm weird. I'm a weird person. So I feel like I gave her a weird look because she was like, don't worry, it's not a love note. I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. And put it,
Put in your back pocket.
yeah. And it was a list of book recommendations, and I read one of those books. I was like, okay, cool. So then I was like, yeah, I should totally ask her to dinner. Like, I feel like we could be friends. So then fast forward. I'm like, hey, what are you doing after this? Like, do you want to go grab dinner or something? And then she gave me a look, and I was like, I'm not gay. I'm straight. I swear.
That's even worse.
I know. And I was like, I should probably just stop talking.
Is that like you're like ready to leave your husband for this one?
No. And I just felt so bad because I'm like, I panicked. I fear rejection, you know? And just like,
I would have worded it differently. I would have said, I'm so hungry. Do you want to go eat something? That sounds less like a let's go to dinner than
well, you know, anytime I ask somebody to go out to eat that I'm wanting to be friends with, typically they're my coworker and I'm wanting to get them outside of work.
Yeah.
So anyways, we end up going to dinner. She picks me up and I'm extremely nervous. I'm like, why the fuck did I invite a stranger out, you know? So get in the car. We are both, I could sense that she's like nervous, you know, I'm nervous and I'm like, this was a mistake. I should have never done this. I'm such an idiot. Fuck this. Like, I'm so stupid. And I'm just like degrading myself in my head.
You're making it worse. Like, you're making it sound more like you're like first date.
No, it's just unlocking new characters, you know?
Okay.
Unlocking new characters, not knowing like what they actually are outside of like, you know, their work.
Designated.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So then we end up going to a restaurant and then we get these drinks. They're like really, really strong. And even the waiter, he was like, you're going to want to sip on these. They're strong. And I was like, okay. So I take 4 sips. I'm feeling it. I'm like, okay. And then we just, you know, start talking. I'm like, this girl's cool. Like, yeah, she can definitely be my friend. And then, so, and then I end up going back to my hotel. And then the next day is whenever I'm leaving. So I'm like, do you like want to grab a drink after this or, you know? And then, so we hung out and then we talked more. And she's a really cool person. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? Maybe Dallas ain't that bad. Maybe it ain't that bad whenever you meet the right people.
Yeah. When you actually know somebody there.
Yeah. And then I end up going home and then I call an Uber. Whenever I land in Houston, I go ahead, call an Uber to drive me home.
Well, you flew there?
Yeah, they flew us out.
You didn't just drive? It's not that far.
4.5 hours, George.
It's like 3.
Is it?
Depends where part you're going to, but yeah.
Oh, well, I wasn't about to drive because remember the last time I drove, my tailbone hurt me.
Oh, that's true. So
yeah, and my tailbone doesn't hurt now. Like,
did they at least fly you first class, or were you in the back?
No, I was in the back. I was not the back. I was like in
business?
row 10. No, not
okay.
Business. No, they only pay for business if like they're going like to Hawaii, Alaska, or out of the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. They're like, you're going to be in the air for an hour. You can sit in the back.
Well, it was like 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick flight.
So then I order an Uber, and the Uber comes, and they don't have a front license plate. I was like, that's weird. So then I walk around, and it's the same guy that's in the picture. Mm-hmm. But I walk around because I always check the plates. You're always supposed to check the plates. Completely different state plates and obviously completely different plate numbers.
Yeah.
And then he rolls down his window. He's like, Marisa? I was like, yeah. And then he goes, I'm your driver. Get in. Okay, first off, Maybe I would have gotten in if you got out of the car to help me load in my stuff. Because I wouldn't, I can't tell people no, really. And so I was like, no. And I was like, you have different plates. I don't feel safe. He goes, oh, look at my sticker. Get in. And I was like, no, no, you have a good day. I'm canceling the ride. And he was visibly upset. So then I canceled the ride and then I reported it to Uber. Originally, they were going to take like the $5.50 credit.
Yeah.
And so once I ordered my new Uber, I went ahead and put in that it wasn't the same license plates or anything. And then I took a picture of his plates. It was a completely different car. Yeah, it was the same color, but a different car. And I'm like, what the hell? So then my new Uber comes and I'm like, okay, cool. He helps me and I'm like, what's your name? And he says his name. I was like, what's my name? And he says my name. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're driving. We're still in the airport because, getting out of the airport takes like 10 minutes probably.
Yeah.
And I'm like 3 minutes into this ride. And then I open up and I look at my phone and then it says your driver is on the way. And I'm like, I'm like refreshing it. I was like, did you accept the right to go ahead and take me home? Because it shows that you're still looking for me. And then he takes a look. He goes, oh, sorry about that. I thought
you better jump out this car.
I know. I'm like, oh God, it was horrible. But
that's funny.
I definitely feel like playing D&D has helped me like be more comfortable talking to strangers and things like that because, I just unlock these characters that I wouldn't normally unlock.
Okay, that makes sense. For me, it always works out bad.
Oh my God, tell the story, George.
So the first person I met randomly, I'll say, actually, it probably was Nick. I met him randomly.
And y'all remember Nick.
So I only met him because I opened the app that we always use. And he was my cousin's neighbor. And so I met him randomly. We were friends for like a year or two.
A year or two too long.
Yeah, where I went wrong. And then other than that, one of my exes, he was friends with my cousins. And so we met at a random bar. He walked up to us and
Did
was
you
saying
know
hi.
that he was friends with your cousin or not?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. Well, that's how they introduced them to me.
Okay.
Was he happened to show up at the bar that we were at. We all said hi, and that was kind of how we met, and we started hanging out. But that one ended badly because he would always talk shit about my cousins and everybody in his life.
What?
Yes, always talk bad about everybody. And so when it ended, people were asking me, like, did he ever talk bad about me? Like, I don't know where it came from, but they just asked me. And I was like, well, yeah, he said this and this and this. Like, I wasn't going to lie.
Yeah. And I'm assuming he talked bad about you.
I'm assuming he did. I'm sure he did, especially after it ended. But,
oh, my God.
But yeah, so they had asked me. And so after that, it kind of like caused all these fights because all the people that I had told were now confronting him.
It's what he deserves.
Yeah, I know, but I felt bad. I felt like this is not what I meant for this to happen. I just answered a question.
He put himself in that situation, speaking ill of the people that he was close to.
Yes.
So he should have known better. Do not say something behind somebody's back if you're not going to say it to their face or own up to it whenever they confront you. Don't be a little bitch.
Yeah. Well, lesson learned. But yeah, I told everybody like what he had said, and everybody got mad because one person, like, I've always liked her. She's one of my cousin's friends. I've known her for a while. To me, she's very friendly. I wouldn't call her a friend just because I only see her around them. We've never hung out. But she's friendly, good person. I have no issues with her. He called her a two-face. She said, she's friends to your face, but she talks shit behind your back and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I did defend her. I just said, I don't know. This is what I know of her. She's always been kind to me. I've never seen her talk shit about anybody.
Yeah.
Like, to me, she's a kind person.
Did he twist your words?
No, he just kind of just said, well, that's just because you just don't know her then. And I was like, I guess I don't.
Oh, wow.
And just kind of took his word for it. And then, so after we broke up, so we all got.
Oh, you ended up dating him.
Yeah, we were dating. We dated.
Oh,
we didn't date very long.
Friends.
We dated for like 3 months. It wasn't very long. And so after that, after when we broke up, my cousin did like a FaceTime call. Mm-hmm. And pretty much everybody that he thought that he would have talked to me about was in this FaceTime call. And they're like, what do you say about me? And so that's kind of was like, well, that's when I told her to her face, this is what he told me about you.
How many people was it? Like 7? 5?
No, it wasn't, thank God, it was not that many people. It was like 4 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she was one of them, and I told her, like, this is what he said about me, and, like, she's like, I am not like that at all. I'm like, that's what I said. I told her I was not 100% defending you because I don't know you, and we do agree with that, but I did tell him that I always thought you were friendly. Like, I never thought that you were what he was making you out to be.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, yeah, it's like, I don't know why he said that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, yeah, he talked shit about everybody. And then, so my cousin at the time worked, and then his husband didn't at the time. And so he had talked about how he didn't like the fact that my cousin worked and his husband didn't. He was like, he's just he said in Spanish, a mantenido, which means like somebody that gets kept up.
What?
Like somebody that gets all their bills paid for. It's pretty much what he called them.
Who wouldn't love that?
I know.
I mean,
and then so that one was funny because we after we broke up, we ended up going out, and the same day we ran into him. We were leaving the bar as he was arriving, and this asshole like brushed past me like he didn't see me, and he was with some other guy.
Of course.
And so my cousin told me that upset him. He's like, that's fucked up. Like, they're not gonna disrespect you like that in front of me. And so he told him to his face, like, why are you so fake? He said, why are you over here talking shit? Like, just because you want to be where I am.
What?
And so he told him off, and I was just like, oh shit. I can't believe you just told him
Did you
that.
have popcorn with you?
I wish I did.
Oh my God, that is like the perfect time for popcorn.
It was so funny. So I was like, what do you mean? So after that, like, he started texting me all angry that I had told what he had said.
Did you block him?
I just deleted his number.
Why didn't you block him?
I don't like blocking people. I'm not a blocker. If I block you, it's because you really fucked up. I don't block people.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's funny because I had texted him like, who is this? And he got so pissed off. He was like, you know who this is, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, it's you.
Oh my God.
I was being petty.
I love that, George.
So it was just like that. I was just kind of I told him my cousin, and I told his friend. And those are the only 2 people I actually told what he had said. Mm-hmm. The rest, I was like, either I didn't. Well, they were only friends with him, so I never ran into them again to tell them, and they never asked me. So I'm not gonna tell somebody. I'm not gonna be like the person and be like, walk up to you and be like, hey, this person said this shit behind your back. But if you ask me, I will tell you.
Oh my God!
Like, I'm not gonna start it, but if you want to know,
has anyone ever said anything bad about me?
Not that I know of.
Cassandra?
No.
Why'd you hesitate? Does she
No, because she hasn't really talked about you outside of me.
I love Sandra. Sandra, why don't you talk about me? I'm not usually. I won't say anything unless somebody asks me, and I think that's when. And my cousin knows that, so he had told me like,
I know you're not the person to walk up to me and tell me this is why I just asked you.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, but how did, like, I figured you already knew since that's what you would ask. Like, if you ask somebody something, it's because you already know the answer.
Oh my God.
I have always felt that way.
Yeah.
Like, if that's a very direct question. If you are asking me that, it's because you already know. Mm-hmm. You just want confirmation.
Yep.
And I will give you your confirmation. I'm not scared. What's he gonna do?
See, my thing is I'm very loyal to my people. Mm-hmm. Like, one of my friends can talk shit about another friend. I won't say anything because I know it's just her letting off steam or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And that same friend can talk shit about that friend. Mm-hmm. Not going to say shit because they're just blowing off steam of whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it's like personal or anything like that, because I'm very quick to be like, also like whenever it's going like overboard too much or something like that. And I've never had to do this. I've only had to do this with one person and she's no longer my friend. Like, I fucking hate that bitch. But there's this one time where she was talking about one of my very close friends. She's like, I don't know what the F her problem is. And this is like work friends, you know, from my previous job. She's like, I go up there. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't do anything. I'm like, so she's my friend. I'm going to need you to stop. And she's like, no. And this is one of those women who were like, she doesn't care that you told her to stop. She's still going to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. So with that, I went to that friend because she was new to the company. And like, I befriend people, you know, like especially like people that I work with, because I never want people to feel alone or anything like that. I don't want them to feel like they don't have anybody that they can talk to or joke around with, and that work is just such a drag, you know, because I've been through that. I don't want to do that to somebody else, you know. So I went to her and I was like, hey, so this coworker said this. And she was like, oh. And then a little while later, and what she says still, it sticks to me. Like, it sticks with me. She had made the comment, so why did she feel so comfortable talking to you about that? And then I told her, I was like, I put a stop to it. I was like, once you get her going, there is no stopping her. And she was like, oh, okay. And then finally, like, that coworker who was talking shit about her realized, I'm not going to pick a side because I'm a fucking grown up. I can pick my own friends. I can do whatever I want. I can talk to whoever the fuck I want. I'm not going to let you sit here and tell me who I can and can't. Fuck you. You're an older bitch. Like, grow up. This isn't high school. This isn't elementary.
No.
So whenever she realized that me and one of my other coworker friends weren't gonna like take her side and like isolate this person, she finally made it a point to accept that girl. And then with her accepting that girl, she then realized why that coworker felt so comfortable talking shit about her.
Oh, she realized who she was.
Yeah, she realized that it doesn't matter if I tell her to stop, she's still gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, at least I don't got to deal with it in my life anymore. I mean, I wish you the best. I hope you changed, but
probably won't.
Yeah.
They never do.
So I'm not sure if I told you, but a friend of mine started a podcast and she was telling me about it. And I just want to give it a quick shout out because honestly, like, her story is insane. And it's like, whenever you meet somebody, you truly do not know the battles that they've gone through behind closed doors, even though like they could be like the most happiest person in the world or anything like that.
Yeah, you never know.
Her podcast is called Travel Time Stories with Shannon, Real Journeys, Real Stories, Real Healing. And so she gives you travel advice. She's been on a ton of cruises and things, and a lot of like the explorations off of the cruise whenever you port and everything. But her stories are insane. And I'm like, how did you go through that and turn out like fine, like a good person, you know? Because whenever I first met her, like, she was very like welcoming, you know, and it was something that was really sweet. And I mean, and as I've talked to her more, especially with like learning about her podcast, like and asking questions and things like that about her podcast from the stories that she shares about her personal life. Like, but she's thinking about making a book now.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
cool.
like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, like I will read your book. And I asked her, I was like, can I get like one of the first few signed copies of your book?
Yeah.
So, because like her story's insane.
Really?
Like, yeah, especially with her latest episode. I'm just like, girl, how are you as strong and an amazing person as you are with what happened that night, you know?
Okay. I'll try to listen.
Yeah.
And if I find it, I'll tag it below. Let's see if I can. I just forgot how to do that. But I'll try.
Still a learning curve.
I think I can. I don't see why not.
Yeah. No, she's honestly really sweet, and I'm glad I met her. So.
Yeah, that's good. Alrighty. Well, everyone, go talk to random strangers, but be careful.
Go talk to random strangers. Be very careful. Maybe don't get into a car with them if you don't really know them. Just use
all gays do that. That's normal.
But I'm not gay. We just established this.
I know, but you were at the edge.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean I was at the edge?
You were one U-Haul away from becoming a lesbian.
I was one haul. What does that even mean? U-Haul away?
Yeah.
But
That's always
I'm
the second
married.
date. I know.
I'm straight, George.
It was just a funny story. Well, thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Girls and Gays Let's Talk. Thanks for hanging out with us.
If something we said hit home or made you laugh, cry, or text your toxic ex, you know what to do.
Leave us a review, share the episode with your favorite chaotic friend, and don't forget to follow us on socials for behind-the-scenes drama and messy opinions.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Until then, stay loud, stay soft, and stay exactly who you are.
Bye.
Bye.